this is Amy. Welcome to the Book Nook. I thought I'd start us off with a book recommendation. So if you happen to have not come across Angela Carter yet, you are in for a treat, and I absolutely recommend starting with The Bloody Chamber. It is a collection of short stories which rewrite fairy tale narratives, one reviewer called it a feminist romp, which made me a little annoyed because I felt like that oversimplified what she was doing. But it's true to say that she takes a feminist lens to fairy tale narratives. A quick background: it was originally published in 1979. Just in the context of her own work, she had just finished translating Perrault's fairy tales from French into English. That would have been 77. She was working on that project, and at the same time she was also writing her feminist polemic, The Sadeian Woman, which is asking questions about what can pornography do for women, which was an incredibly, and still is, an incredibly controversial position. No pun intended. But it's worth, she really takes the Marquis de Sade to town in The Sadeian Woman, and again, that was in 77 as well. So both fairy tales and the Marquis de Sade were sort of the projects that she was working on before she published The Bloody Chamber, and I think both of those elements really inform the text. The best known story is the one of the title, The Bloody Chamber. It's the longest one, and it rewrites Bluebeard. If you're looking at Grimm's, you can also see versions of that as The Robber Bride, and Fitcher's Bird. Those are sort of in the same cluster, as it were. There are also some really fun revisions of the Beauty and the Beast. There's a hilarious Puss in Boots, and there's one at the end called Wolf Alice, which has really interesting elements, not only of werewolves and vampires, but also this question of the mirror, and calling her Alice really evokes questions of Alice in Wonderland, which I think she also evokes in her other, in her collection American Ghosts and the Old World Wonders. She has a really fascinating story in here called Alice in Prague, or The Curious Room, which also evokes elements of Alice in Wonderland, but to very different ends, which is why she's so delightful. So yeah, that's my number one book recommendation. I'll go ahead and read a couple of pieces from the book in the next video, but yeah, there you go. The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter.